Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. We're back again with our OWASP Spotlight series and with a very new and fresh project. I am sure you're still to hear, and or you might have heard about it, but this time we're going to do demos and whatnot. This project is all about wrong secrets, as you saw on the screen, and I'm going to bring Jaron and Ben in the stream, and we can talk more about what this project is all about, how you can leverage it and how you can actually contribute to the project as well. So here we are. Hi, Jeroen. Hi, Ben.
Hey
Hey,
there.
Vandana. Hi.
Hi. Why don't you introduce yourself and then we deep dive into the project?
Sure. Okay. I'm Ben Daan, and actually, I'm I think 3 years into this project right now. Jeroen was the founder of the project, I would say. Um, I regularly do contributing for some OWASP projects, but most of the time I'm just a regular consultant in security, specifically for any organization that does anything with uh, software development. So I help teams from the ground up building secure projects, building secure cloud environments. And on the side, to keep myself sane, I like to contribute to OWASP WrongSecrets. So that's me very briefly. Jeroen?
Yeah, so I'm Jeroen. I've been the founder of this project. I dragged in Ben, Madhu, and lots of other people that are currently in the contributors list, and then many people followed luckily. In my daily work, I'm a principal security architect, and I'm blessed to be a father. So that combination means that sometimes you'll see the project grow not as fast as I would like to, but more about that later, I'm pretty sure.
All right. Thank you so much. Without further ado, let's get started to know about what this project is all about. If you can just share some insight, or do you want to share your screen and talk about it?
Let's first very briefly talk about the project in general.
Mhm.
So
Right.
on my screen we have www.wrongsecrets.com, which is newly acquired, I would say. Most of you who've already played it might know it under the Heroku app one. It's a C name, so normally speaking, it's the same thing you're landing on. This is our free Heroku instance, free to test. Please keep the environment available to others, I would say, but you're more than welcome to try your hand at Wrong Secrets right here. Um, our aim with this project is really to, help evaluate what kind of things work or don't really work when it comes to secrets management. Um, we often see that secrets are the first point of entry in a breach. Like someone leaked their secrets somewhere, some developer got pwned, and then the secrets that were on their laptop or in the code or anything they had lying around are then used as a stage in breaching even more parts of the organization. So secrets management is like an integral role within this security maturity, I would say. Um, but we found that there was not really any project that did anything very specifically to secret management, which is why we have wrong secrets. So, in addition to showing all the ways that are wrong or that can go wrong with secrets, we aim to help developers also try and do some, well, uh, the good things about it. And we have challenges on all layers and all, well, around several difficult or less difficult areas with increasing difficulty in some. And this means we can hopefully guide people around what works and what doesn't. So if we look at the app, and now back to my screen, we have the landing page, right? And then as soon as we jump into challenge zero, the opening challenge, Then we have a bit of description. We can see the correct answer below is the first answer. This is just to get to know the app and how it works. So every challenge has some description, and then you have to figure out what the secret is, essentially, right? And if you're not sure how to solve this, then what you can do is you can click Show Hints, and it can give you some hints on where to look, some tips on how exactly to solve the challenge. But also there's a What's Wrong button. So there's some solutions that people used in real life and that they weren't actually sure why that would be not the optimal way of doing things. So you can always click the What's Wrong button to see what could go wrong given the solution that you have or why something is suboptimal. And this combination hopefully helps to educate anyone using and solving these challenges into what to do or what not to do, rather. Of course, you can run this yourself. You can use the hosted version. We have a CTF mode available, more on that later. But let's first just try and use the product. Let's see. So we have the first answer here, right? And let's paste that in and hit submit. There we go. Now we have our points, and in the CTF mode, there's an extra step where you would submit the flag to your CTF instance. But now we could go to the next one where it starts to get interesting. So the first one, challenge one, is quite a simple one. This is about, well, a hard-coded secret. Someone, sometime, just started out, and then they forgot to remove the password, or they think maybe that this is a good way to store secrets because your Git configuration is private, right? Well, not really. Yoon, maybe you want to go into this one and show us the code.
Sure. So this first challenge is all about the coding aspect of this, right? So let's try to, hold on, let me quickly share my screen. Here we go. Hope you all can see my screen now. Share screen. Turn up.
It's still loading.
So here we go. Do you see my screen now?
Mm, Not
Oh,
yet.
something goes wrong right now. Apologies for you. Let's try again. That doesn't work. What could that be? Can you see it now? There we are. So
Yeah.
here you
Can
can
you
see the
zoom it a bit, if
Sure,
possible?
sure, of course.
Or maybe make it full screen. You just click on the green button on the left, yeah, and then zoom a bit.
The presentation mode. I think this is better. Can you now see it correctly?
Yeah, but I don't see anything. Maybe you need to open the project.
Hold on. Let me quickly. Apologies for that.
Yeah.
Quickly
Maybe Command Shift plus plus.
start in that sense. Anyway, the so the first challenge is about finding the secret in code. So for that, it's always good to understand a little bit about the structure of the project. So as the project within source, main Java, as a typical Java project, we have all of our Java code. Part of that is, of course, the challenges, where challenge 1 is a typical Docker challenge. So here you can see the first challenge. And there you can see we're using a constant, WrongSecrets constant.password. So if you follow that password, you should be able to actually find the actual password of the challenge. So if we enter that into our challenge 1, you'll see that this is the correct password answer. So of course, that's a nice introduction to the code. Maybe it's good to dive in a little bit deeper. Because WrongSecrets is way more than just a Java application with Spring Boot, right? It has tons of different things inside. So in source, you'll find all the code, including the binaries as part of the resources. But we also have built-in support for hosting our challenges at Octito, as well as Terraform-based support for running our stuff on cloud, such as on GCP, AWS, and Azure. Next to that, we have additional configuration files, so you can run it on different places, such as Heroku, as well as fly.io, and a few other places. More about it you can all find in the README, where we try to document as much as we can to make it easy for you to basically consume our project in a way that you like. Over to you, Ben.
Alrighty. So let me get back again to my screen. And what we have then, if we go to the product, is our first challenge solved, second challenge that Jeroen solved. And then across the stack, we have different challenges, right? So we had problems that are tailored to centralized hard-coded passwords, to hard-coding passwords in general. They might be related to Git history. Then there are challenges that are more tailored to Kubernetes. So there can be something in config maps, some misconfiguration in secrets, some misconfiguration in Vault. Depending on the environment that you're running, these will be available or not. So in this case, we can see that since we're not running on Kubernetes right here, this challenge is not available, but it will be if you set it up to run on Kubernetes. There's things related to cryptography, binaries, reverse engineering challenges, things in the front end, CI/CD, etc., etc. I don't want to spoil all the fun, but let's do one more at least. So here we have CI/CD challenge, for example, where in the CI/CD pipeline, challenge 13, this is, we use GitHub Actions. And potentially there are secrets in your GitHub Actions configuration. So these are injected then as environment variables or things you can use through interpolation. And normally speaking, these CI products tend to try and mask whenever a secret is detected in, for example, the logs. But depending on your configuration, and this is especially important for any projects that are public or open source, someone might submit like a pull request that does something completely different to your secret. It might send it out to some secret collection, some webhook that it's extracted externally, or it might just log it out. Now, how do you avoid such masking? Or how do you bypass the masking is what I must say. So if we go to github.com, WrongSecrets, then we have the GitHub Actions, and right here in the workflows, we see that there is a challenge 13. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Now, normally speaking, I said, right, GitHub masks secrets, so this will appear as just all stars in the code. And then even when you base64 encode it, it will still mask it. But what if you encode it with base64 twice? Let's take a look. And let's see. Challenge code 13. And there we have the first one, right? So echo, this will not work. And indeed, it's all masked. But then the second one, like double base64 encoding, there we have it. So to avoid this problem, you will want to make sure that if you have anything that's forkable, people cannot directly, well, either through a PR or through a fork, access these secrets. And if you do allow it, then maybe you want to consider accessing your secrets in a different way to ensure that they are not leaked. Anyhow, we will need to base64 decode this twice. Echo. Let's see. And I got that in the terminal. Wasn't sharing. I'm sorry about that. But there we go. Now, this is nice and all. And you can learn a lot just from playing these challenges. But you might want, as a security professional, you might have seen it already, but now you want to share this and you want to have like a competition out of this. This is where our CTF comes in. So this is a separate project or a sub repo. So we have WrongSecrets, but we also have WrongSecrets CTF party. And here we have the different cloud environments again, and you can run this on vanilla Kubernetes as well. And well, this is all terraformable and with I think 2 scripts and a little bit of custom input depending on what you want in terms of domain name, for example. You can have the CTF up and running. So what you get then is an interface based on multi-user, which also runs multiple OWASP shop instances. So very happy that Björn and Co created this, which we can now reuse within OWASP. And we also have CTFD bundled. So here you can join a team or participate on your own and start hacking. So let's see. We have all the challenges then loaded up in the CTF. And if you start here with the balancer interface, you as a team will get your own WrongSecrets instance to test on. So you can hit OWASP Spotlight, and then the application password, which is in the logs for the admin. And that is something you can share with the participants. And now this will boot up a new WrongSecrets instance, and then a passcode, which I can share with anyone who wants to join my team. So if I want to have Jeroen also cooperate with me, I'll share this with Jeroen, and he will be able to join into the team, join into the WrongSecrets instance, and start hacking. Anyhow, this takes just a little bit, and then you will get your desktop as well, if everything's correct. This is all the tools bundled in. It has access to the Kubernetes environment, so that you can use the Kubernetes challenges as well. Optionally, you can share a bit about the misconfigurations in whichever flavor of cloud you're running. So that might mean that the challenge 9 through 11, which are all very specific to a specific cloud environment, are enabled. And that's pretty much it, I think. I don't really want to spoil any more of the challenges. There's plenty of material out there that helps you get through this project, but I really want to give you a chance as well to just savor the experience of going through this. And of course, we didn't do this all on our own. We have a lot of contributors, and we're very grateful that they also help us build these challenges. If you also want to cooperate, we have a guide on how to contribute as well, which one of our contributors helpfully also contributed. And we're, for example, always looking for people who want to add new challenges, help on working out new challenges. If you have an idea, something that you ran into with regard to maybe your professional life or something personal, then by all means, file an issue, try to contribute yourself. We really like the scenarios, especially that are based on real world scenarios. So that's sort of the ideal challenge for us, right, to incorporate. If you like the project, please start us on GitHub. If you don't like the project, please also start us on GitHub, but give us some feedback so that we can improve our project, right? That's the important part here, and hopefully make the world just that bit safer by people not storing secrets in the wrong places.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this was very, very good. And I generally have a lot of questions at the end of the session, but I think it was amazing. You've answered most of the questions which I had in mind, and you shared the demo amazingly. And I'm sure there are a lot of people who would get inspired by this project and implement the secrets right. Thank you. It was
I hope so.
wonderful.
Thanks.
Yeah. Please go ahead, Ben. You were saying something.
Thanks a lot for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much for agreeing to be part of it. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to learn from it. So we're looking forward to it. Thank you. Thank you, Hiran. Thank you, Ben. And see you soon again in other projects that you're running. Take care. Have a
Thanks
great
a lot.
day.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Cheers.